In a coastal village where the waves sang lullabies and the stars twinkled like diamonds, there lived a beautiful chief's daughter named Zuri. Her laughter was like music, and her kindness had won the hearts of all who knew her. Yet, it was a humble fisherman named Kofi who stole her heart. Kofi was known for his skill in the sea. His nets were always full, and his tales of adventure captivated the villagers. Despite his modest means, he possessed a charm that drew Zuri to him like a moth to a flame. Every day, she would sneak away from her royal duties to watch him at work, his strong hands deftly pulling in the shimmering fish from the depths of the ocean. Their love blossomed in secret. They shared stolen moments beneath the starlit sky, their dreams weaving together like the intricate patterns of the nets Kofi cast. Zuri would listen intently as Kofi spoke of the sea, and Kofi would gaze into Zuri's eyes, losing himself in her beauty. But the village was rife with whispers, and the chieftain, Zuri's father, would not approve of their union. One fateful evening, as twilight painted the sky in hues of gold and crimson, Zuri noticed Kofi's demeanor had shifted. He had become distant, his laughter replaced by a solemn silence. Concerned, she followed him to a secluded cove where she overheard hushed voices. Hidden behind the rocks, she witnessed a gathering of shadowy figures. Her heart sank as she realized they were plotting against her father, the chief. Kofi stood among them, and as Zuri listened, the words cut deep into her heart. They spoke of betrayal, of overthrowing the chief and seizing control of the village. Zuri's breath caught in her throat. The man she loved was entwined in a dark conspiracy. How could this be? In that moment, everything she believed shattered. She stepped back, slipping on the wet stones, and Kofi turned just in time to catch her. Their eyes locked, filled with confusion and fear. "Zuri, I can explain," he whispered, his voice trembling. "You were going to betray my father. How could you?" Zuri cried, tears streaming down her face. The pain of betrayal stung deeper than any wound. "I was forced into this," Kofi replied, desperation creeping into his voice. "I didn't want to, but I felt trapped. I thought I could find a way to change things. For the better." Zuri stepped away, her heart racing. She felt anger and heartbreak collide within her. "You could have come to me. We could have faced this together." As the weight of his actions crashed upon him, Kofi dropped to his knees. "I never wanted to hurt you, Zuri. I love you. Please believe me." In that moment of vulnerability, Zuri saw the truth in his eyes. Kofi was not the enemy, he was a victim of circumstance, caught in a web of deceit. Torn between love and duty, Zuri made a decision. She would confront her father, but she would not abandon Kofi. Together, they approached the chief's palace. Zuri's heart pounded as she prepared to reveal the truth. Her father sat upon his throne, his expression stern as he observed them. "Father, I must speak," Zuri declared, her voice steady despite the tremor in her heart. "Kofi has been ensnared in a plot against you, but he is not a villain. He was misled, and together, we can stop this before it escalates." The chief's brow furrowed. "Why should I trust a fisherman who plotted against me?" Kofi stepped forward, fear evident in his eyes. "Because I love your daughter, and I will fight to protect her and our village. I have gathered information that can help us thwart their plans." Zuri's father looked between the two of them, weighing their words. Silence enveloped the room, the air thick with tension. Finally, the chief nodded, a flicker of understanding passing over his face. "Very well," he said slowly. "If you wish to prove your loyalty, then help us prepare for the confrontation. The safety of this village is at stake." Kofi nodded, determination replacing his previous despair. He shared what he had learned, and together, they devised a plan to expose the conspirators. The village united against the looming threat, rallying together under Zuri's and Kofi's leadership. As the sun rose on the day of the confrontation, the village was alive with purpose. Armed with courage and conviction, they faced the conspirators who threatened their peace. Kofi fought valiantly, proving himself a true protector, while Zuri inspired the villagers with her unwavering spirit. In the end, they emerged victorious. The conspirators were defeated, and the village celebrated not only their victory, but the strength found in love and redemption. Kofi was no longer seen as just a fisherman, he was hailed as a hero. Zuri and Kofi stood hand in hand, their love forged in the fires of adversity. The chief welcomed Kofi into the family, acknowledging that love could conquer even the darkest secrets. As they looked out over the ocean, the waves whispered their secrets once more, a promise of new beginnings and a future bright with hope.